first thing I do when I get into the office Monday through Friday is I block out about 30 minutes of my day to review my active and pending listings/buyers. This allows me to see if there's anything I need to take action on right away throughout the day. The next thing I do is I spend an hour reviewing listings that have just come back on the market or are new to the market or coming soon, and see if any of those match any of the active buyers I'm working with. In that time, I'm also reviewing listings that I have that are going to list soon and buyers that are thinking about getting into the market and seeing if any of those match up as well. From there, I move on to my next time blocked activity and so on throughout the day. So today we're talking about time blocking. According to Monday.com, here are some advantages to time blocking. The first is it promotes a state of flow. Flow is a mental state where you're focused and you're working at maximum potential. Time blocking helps you achieve this state because you've got a dedicated time for your brain to focus on that objective and that objective only. The next advantage is it minimizes distractions because you're putting everything else away until that time blocked activity is complete. Third, it creates a sense of control. Time blocking gives you more control over your day throughout the day, so that way you're making sure you're getting your things done that you need to get done. So here are 3 steps to help you with your time blocking. First, identify the tasks that need to be accomplished in your day. I find it's better to have the time block set up the night before, so that way when you're going into your next day, you already know what your day is going to look like and how you're going to have it laid out. Next, when you're breaking your day up into time blocks, it's good to start with maybe shorter time blocks at first and then work yourself into bigger time blocks, and make sure you allocate enough time for breaks throughout or things that come up during that time blocking session. And third, decide ahead of time how much flexibility you're going to put into your time blocking schedule. For example, if you want to prospect from 9 to 10, maybe your next time block starts at 10:15 or 10:30. Now, top tip for this week, practice. So the more you practice, the better you are at whatever the activity is. So on Tuesday of this week, I went up to my wife, Audrey, and I presented to her my listing presentation. Why did I do this? I've got my listing presentation down pretty well. I've practiced it hundreds of times. I've presented it hundreds of times. So why am I presenting my listing presentation again on a random Tuesday to my wife? Well, the reason for that is the people who are the best at their craft, whether it's a plumber, a professional athlete, a teacher, a professional speaker, I suppose, whatever it is, they practice until they can't get it wrong. They don't practice till they get it right. They practice until they can't get it wrong. And practicing is only going to make you more prepared when you're in the live event of presenting your listing presentation or buyer presentation or walking through a home with a buyer. The more you practice, the more prepared you'll be, and the more prepared you are, the better you'll perform. So my question for you is, when's the last time you practiced your listing presentation? When's the last time you practiced your buyer presentation? When's the last time you practiced handling objections? The more you practice, the more competent you'll be, and the best professionals practice. With that said, I do have a new and improved listing presentation that I have put together. And if you would like a copy of it, I'm not just going to blanket email it out to everybody this time like I have in the past. If you'd like a copy of the new listing presentation, which trust me, you do, email me a time to get together. We'll set up a 30-minute block. I'll provide you with a listing presentation, and together we will practice presenting it. And then from there, I'll email you a PDF copy of it. Right now, what I'm seeing in the real estate market is more of a normal September seasonal type real estate market, which was common pre-COVID. So this time of year, people are either starting to think about the process for next spring, or they haven't bought yet this year, so they're trying to get into a home or sell their home before the snow flies. There is a sense of buyers being a little bit hesitant and sellers being a little bit hesitant to act right now because people are waiting to see what happens with rate cuts and the election. Human beings act in a herd mentality. No one wants to be the one guy buying when no one else is buying. But what they'll do is they'll wait for everyone else to start buying, then they'll jump in. And what I see is 2025 is going to be a very busy year. We've already hit the bottom in real estate transactions for this cycle. So transactions are just going up from here. Now, if you are a buyer or know a buyer or a seller or know a seller who is thinking about getting into the real estate market this spring, it's never too early to engage a real estate agent. I recommend reaching out to a trusted PRG real estate agent sooner rather than later. Now, according to Mortgage News Daily, rates are pretty flat over the last week. A 30-year conventional still right around 6.4. FHA and VA are high fives. That's all I have for this week. Have a great week. See you guys around.